What's going on, everyone? Tayler Kyles and Mike Kadlick here for CLNS Media, coming at you from the second day of Patriots Mandatory Rookie Minicamp, the first day open to reporters. This one was pretty fun. First time in a while we've gotten to be on the field, watch these guys. Now, everything that happened today needs to be taken with a grain of salt. These are guys who are playing with players who they don't have experience with. All of these guys have room to grow, but we did have some pretty great observations from what we got to see here on the field. Mike, you were on Drake Maye watch, so let us know what you saw from him from the beginning to the end of camp.
Yeah, I was on him the whole day, from literally start to finish. He walked out here, captured some stuff on social and things like that. You know, the main theme of everything is that he's a leader. We spoke to Caden Wallace, we spoke to Layden Robinson after practice today, and they both mentioned that he's, happy to be here, a leader, things like that. And you saw it even when he was walking off the field with Jalen Polk. Jalen Polk looked at the media and said, this is our guy right here. So I think that, you have to take everything, like you mentioned, with a grain of salt out here, because it is only their second day together. They're not going to be, seamless with what they're doing, but they're here to work and they're here to, put it out there and get this thing rolling. So I liked what I saw from Drake Maye today overall.
Yeah, and I liked hearing from Wallace and Robinson about how Drake Maye was commanding the huddle. They mentioned that he does emphasize communication, brings a lot of energy into the huddle, which again, you like to hear from a rookie quarterback who you're expecting to eventually be the face of the franchise. I also got to ask Drake Maye about the footwork differences, because when he was in college, he was in an air raid system where footwork wasn't really a big area of emphasis. It was kind of more of a feel thing. In Alex Van Pelt's offense, there are significant changes. One, it's a very specific style of footwork because of that West Coast offense where it's so timing and rhythm based and everybody has to be on the same page. Even little things like starting with your left foot up in the shotgun as opposed to starting in a neutral stance or with your right foot up, which is what you see for most quarterbacks. I actually got to ask Drake Maye about some of those differences and how he's adjusting. Here's what he had to say.
I know having the left foot up is a big part of Alex Van Pelt's offense, a specific style of footwork. How's he adjusting so far, going and still?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yes, that's very detailed. That's been good. I think kind of the first day, just feeling it out and just get more and more reps. That's all something new takes. Just get more reps at it. I think it's some perks to it. Quick games a lot quicker, and trying to get that. And I think under center stance, there's I'm trying out new, 2 new stances that I'm getting used to. So just working on it, repping it, and I felt pretty good out there today. So just gotta keep working.
Now, a big talking point with Drake Maye has been who exactly is going to be in his ear, because obviously for a young player, you don't want to overload them with information or have them learning from a bunch of different people who may be sending different messages. Now, typically, you'll see an offensive coordinator, if they have quarterbacks coach experience, work with the starter, while assistant coaches will typically work with the backup. So, Mike, what did you see in terms of who was in Drake Maye's ear during today's practice?
It seems like all of them. It seems like Alex Van Pelt's with him. It seems like, offensive assistant Ben McAdoo's with him. Obviously, quarterbacks coach T.C. McCartney, and then Evan Rothstein was sort of in that package around him too. So, they're really working to hone that thing in with him. I mentioned too earlier that he's been a leader. He also seems like a learner. The second I noticed with Drake, the second that a drill ends, he would go to one of the 3 quarterback gurus, quote unquote, and try and get some feedback, try and get something going. So it just seems like he's really dialed in. They're really dialed in to get this thing right with him because it is such an important pick. So, he's not going off to the side and kind of doing his own thing, whatever. He's right there with his, quote unquote group of guys trying to hone this thing in. So.
All right, so that's going to wrap it up for us. Make sure you keep it locked in. In a couple of weeks, we'll be back on this field for OTAs. Looking forward to that, getting to see the rookies and the veterans on the field at the same time. Make sure to subscribe to Patriots Press Pass on YouTube. And for all our written stuff, check us out on CLNSmedia.com.